There was a debate last night involving the two main candidates running for the governorship of New Jersey. Guadagno, the lieutenant governor, the clone of Shamu El Jefe, Chris Christie, and the clone of John Corzine. That's right, Daddy Warbucks himself, although he comes in the form as a Democrat, the former Ambassador Murphy. One of the questions by the moderator was asking Murphy if he had ever taken money from, that's right, Harvey Weinstein.
Have you partnered with Mr. Weinstein to raise money for the Democratic candidates, including yourself? And if so, what do you plan on doing with that money?
I didn't ask for, and I didn't get one dime from this guy. What he's done is completely outrageous and heinous.
And then Kim Guadagno weighed in.
I want to call Phil Murphy a coward. Phil Murphy didn't start to talk about Harvey Weinstein until after my campaign today listed the tens of thousands of dollars that he raised as a part of his position as a finance chair for the DNC.
On the line to discuss the gubernatorial debate last night in Jersey is Steve Adubato, Emmy Award-winning broadcaster on the PBS flagship WNET and NJTV, author of the new book, Lessons in Leadership. Steve, not a lot of people were focused on the gubernatorial debate in Jersey. They were focused on the three-ring circus involving de Blasio, Nicole Malliotakis, and Bo Dietl here in New York City, weren't they?
Yeah, and the ratings are going to show that, Curtis. It's unfortunate that a lot of people didn't get to see last night, but I need to say that tonight on the PBS station here in New Jersey, NJTV, we host a one-hour special at 8 p.m., in which I do in-depth interviews on the issues that really matter in this state: property taxes, income taxes, school funding, roads and bridges falling apart, New Jersey transit crisis, if you will, with the two candidates, Kim Guadagno, the lieutenant governor, and Ambassador Phil Murphy. So listen, I understand the Harvey Weinstein question being asked. I think Phil Murphy answered it straight up. But that is going to be something that Kim Guadagno, who's running behind in this race, is going to try to latch onto, because she frankly wants to change the conversation as best she can.
Well, Steve, this is a problem I have as a New Yorker looking across the Hudson. When I see Murphy speak, I see Daddy Warbucks, John Corzine. When I see Guadagno, I see Shamu El Jefe, Chris Christie. Voters, don't they see what I'm seeing when both of them are speaking?
Curtis, respectfully, you see what others, I'm not saying this to kiss your butt, you see what others may not see because you know too much. And by the way, respectfully, I understand the analogy you're making, the comparison you're making, but Kim Guadagno is her own person in terms of what she believes. Yes, she has to live and deal with the Christie record, the good, the bad, what people think. And by the way, Ambassador Murphy is not John Corzine, but the ghost of Goldman Sachs lives on, and he has to deal with that as well. But I do feel ultimately they have their own views on things. He's much more engaging, by the way, than John Corzine was, much more personable. And Kim Guadagno's got a tough situation in that regard. But I have to say, she has said where she disagrees with the governor. How can you really do that when you are the lieutenant governor, Curtis? You've got to be as loyal as she could. But, it's a tough spot for her. Now people find out 8 o'clock tonight on NJTV.
Well, you never had that problem before. This is a newly created position in the state of New Jersey, so she's the first one who's had to saddle on the responsibility of basically being a sycophant, toady, and lackey of the governor.
Well, look, you think Mike Pence is not sitting there half the time, if not more, going, are you kidding me? I got to deal with the president saying these things, tweeting these things, causing all kinds of issues. Mike Pence, no matter what he thinks, Curtis, and you know politics better than anyone, he can't say a damn thing about that because he's got to be, quote, loyal to the president. Now, I don't know if he can go in a room and tell him, Mr. President, here's what I think and I disagree with it. I have no idea. But publicly, he's got to go down the line with him, or you can't be the vice president. The same thing is true for the lieutenant governor.
What does Guadagno have to do to make up the differential in the polls, which is sizable? It almost seems like it's a slam dunk for Murphy to become the next governor.
Well, first of all, nothing is a slam dunk in politics. I will say I do believe he has a substantial lead. I believe that in many ways this is a blue state. Let's not kid ourselves. The Democratic registration in this state outnumbers the Republican registration in a massive way by hundreds of thousands of voters. I think what she has to do is change the conversation. Because, look, Phil Murphy wants to do a lot of things for a lot of people. He's going to have to figure out where those dollars are coming from. She wants to talk about taxes. That's fine, but that's not going to get it done. People want a change. That's just the way things are. I think she catches fire with this Harvey Weinstein thing, which I don't think is there, or with the NFL anthem thing, and Murphy makes some sort of mistake and says the wrong thing that goes against public opinion. It's got to be an emotional, visceral, deeply rooted issue, and I don't see it yet in this race. Based on New Jersey issues, he has a big edge.
Do appreciate that. That's Steve Adubato. He's got a special tonight on NJTV. Interviews with both candidates, extensive. And obviously, if you had a chance to see that debate last night, I don't think O'Donnell scored any points. She seemed tepid at times. She seemed a bit rattled and seemed to be trying too hard. But that's just an opinion from a guy here on the New York side of the Hudson River.
77 WABC. Traffic and Transit.